A growing number of suspicious drone activity over the state of New Jersey has shocked government officials and even the Pentagon. With the mystery of where did these drones come from and what are they doing?
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are?
That's right.
It's crazy.
Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night.
We're going to dive into all this today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Let's dive into it.
All right, this is going right over us right now. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? A drone? Welcome to the New Jersey suburbs, where big, mysterious flying machines appear over our heads at night. All we know is they weren't all there before. They're loud. It is just nuts. They've been going in different directions. What are these aircraft? It continues to be
That one just looks like a plane, the way it's moving.
craft. It continues to be a mystery. State and federal officials are investigating and say they don't pose a credible threat. But
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
That's crazy. You don't even know what these drones are. I wonder if they actually mean they don't know where the drones are from, not they don't know what the drones are. Clearly it's a drone. Or are they meaning they haven't seen a drone like this before?
what is that?
It's a plane. If it looks like a plane, sounds like a plane. It's probably a plane. More footage is coming out. But I assume it's a lot of people being like, oh my gosh, what is that? And everything in the sky is suspicious now.
Yes, some of the videos show aircraft that look like planes, and some of them definitely are regular planes. But experts who have seen the reported drone footage categorize it into two buckets: quadcopters and fixed-winged aircraft. I didn't see one of the quadcopters, but Melissa Peterson in Chatham believes she did. In her footage, this object goes back and forth in the sky. Experts I showed it to said it did look like a drone. I've spoken to residents in a number of towns up and down the state, and many report seeing similar low-flying objects. What I saw did not look like that, but it did appear to be flying lower than a regular plane.
There we go. That is low. That's just hovering over something.
And there was a lot of activity in the air, far more than usual, and I didn't see a lot of that reported on flight tracking apps with FAA data. At a New Jersey briefing on Wednesday, officials said the drones fly for 6 to 7 hours at night. They believe they're coming in from over the water.
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark.
So in this clip, apparently a drone hits a plane. Oh. That is not good. That is the most worrying stuff. When drones hit planes, you should not be flying that high.
Shoot that boy down, bro. Shoot that boy down. Yeah. Shoot that boy down. Shoot that boy down, bro.
No way.
Shoot that boy down. Yeah.
That is nuts. The aim on that. That is crazy. Who remembers when China flew thousands of drones to spray toxic chemicals to disinfect the air from COVID? That is something else.
I had to go run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. What's with my camera? Look at this thing. Is he?
Now that's no drone. That's something else. Oh, that's heavy, man. That gives me PTSD. I got hit by a drone a few years ago. It cut open my ear. Hurt like hell. I don't know if you can see this. I got cut filming a wedding and my mate did not know where he was flying. I was at this level filming the couple and he was in the drone at the same level. If you're in a drone, you get drone shots. I don't know why he was at the same level. Didn't see me, panned across, cut my ear open. So yeah, I got PTSD from drones.
The White House on Thursday implied as much.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat. We have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
Still, mystery drone sightings have been seen across the country, including over Langley Air Force Base on Virginia's shoreline in December 2023.
People have a right to know, where are these drones coming from? And what's the origin of all these drones? What's all this activity? People have seen it. The state police have seen them. These are not made up. People are not just making up what they're seeing. Now listen, some of these things could be confused if it's late at night with manned aircraft, right? I don't believe all of these are necessarily drones, but there are certainly drones out there. New Jersey can't become the Wild West of drone activity. No state can become the Wild West of drone activity. I've made this very clear to the FBI, to Homeland Security, and the FAA, the agencies chiefly responsible for monitoring drone activity. They must immediately disclose more information to the public. It's totally and completely unacceptable that you have all this drone activity going on that people are seeing with their own eyes. The fact that the federal agencies responsible for briefing the public have not come forward in a clear way is unacceptable. There has to be some explanation to the public for all this increased activity, and they must do so now.
Let's discuss these mysterious drones with former FBI Supervisory Special Agent Tom Adams. He actually helped pioneer the FBI's counter-drone program used to respond to threats from unmanned aircraft. Thank you so much for being with us, Tom. First off, what do you think is behind these drones? Do you think it's more likely to be some kind of concerted surveillance effort, an issue of misidentification or copycats?
First, I do believe that there are probably some legitimate visual drone sightings by alert residents. And I think we're probably seeing some copycat drones flying up in the air with all the media attention. So we're seeing a combination of that.
There's so many rules about flying drones, especially at nighttime. I understand with these bigger drones, you can probably get approval, but smaller drones, DJI drones, yeah, you are not meant to fly at nighttime unless you have a professional license.
Some of these blinking lights in the sky are actually crewed aircraft that are navigating the airspace. The vulnerability is being demonstrated that current federal laws and regulations really limit the types of tools and technologies that owners and operators of critical infrastructure can deploy.
I want you to expand on that, but first I'm curious about how officials can make the determination that there isn't a public safety threat if they don't actually know whether some of these drones may be nefarious or not, or conducting nefarious activity.
I think that some of these suspected sightings, when you look at some of the videos, they look like smaller drones, or they potentially look like crewed aircraft that may be landing at nearby airports. I mean, that area and corridor of the East Coast is full of aircraft flying up and down the East Coast to major airports and to Europe and beyond. I think there's still a lot of information gathering to be done so we can get some definitive answers.
Not sure what the best method is, especially when these drones are huge, because if you knock it down from the sky, it could cause a lot of damage. Some of these drones are huge. We're not talking the small DJI drones. But then there's also, if they are a threat and you don't act quick, they can get away relatively quickly.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery in that it has been remarkably persistent, meaning authorities in New Jersey tell me that they have had reports and sightings every single night except Thanksgiving, which is interesting. The possibilities are foreign actors gathering intelligence, possibly on military locations. Could that be Russia? Could that be China? Could that be Iran? We've seen those kinds of things before. If you recall, almost 2 years ago, we had that Chinese military balloon that crossed across the United States with camera equipment and high-resolution equipment on board. Could it be drone enthusiasts who are playing some kind of aerial game? Could it be U.S. government doing a red team exercise against air bases to test their response to drone incursions? Right now, what the White House is saying is that they have no evidence to believe it's a threat to public safety or aviation, no evidence to say that it is foreign, but they don't say what they think it is.
Well, that is the worrying part. I mean, you can say that this doesn't seem to cause any significant threat. Why is this happening every night? Except for Thanksgiving. It's been happening for weeks. What's the bet that this is just some social experiment, though?
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. As a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion. Back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program. There were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay? We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night, unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines.
He makes a good point. Why would the drones need to be flying at night? Like you're saying, could it be a gas leak, or even the police, military, looking for somebody? But other than that, you don't see much at night.
And do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multi-copter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows. But I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks, directly to the negative. However, I know as a professional, I mean, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important.
They're looking for radioactivity, gas leaks. I mean, I hope what he's saying is just precautionary, because that is some worrying stuff if that's true. But he totally is right. Why would a drone be flying at nighttime, though? You don't see much. And there's so many rules and regulations from drones, so it must be the military or the government using these drones to try and find something. Drones technology, well, it's more battery life technology, is slow to progress. They're hefty drones. It takes a lot of juice, bigger batteries, but you always got more weight, which requires more power. I pray that it's not nuclear warheads in America that they're trying to sniff out, because that is worrying. But it'll be interesting to see what unfolds in the next few weeks, few months. But yeah, that was interesting to go through. I've been hearing a lot about this New Jersey drone activity. That's all I got today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Catch you in the next one.